So yesterday, the fraud trial for the Trump Organization got underway in Manhattan, and almost immediately, everything went absolutely off the rails. Things got so bad while Trump's lawyers were giving their opening statement that the judge had to stop the lawyers and then send the jury out of the courtroom for 15 minutes while the judge scolded Donald Trump's legal team. Here is what happened. This is, of course, according to Greg Walters from Vice, who was kind of live tweeting what was happening in the courtroom. So let me read this. Judge Juan Merchan pauses the defense lawyer's opening statement, releasing jurors out of the room for 15 minutes, saying he understands some of you need a break. Judge Merchan then cautions the lawyers in the room not to explain the law after Trump Organization lawyers claimed that the case was really only about cheating on personal income taxes. Merchan then stated, "I will permit you to say that he acted solely for his benefit, and that's it. It's a confusing area of the law, and for them to get confused at this point is not going to help anybody." He continues, "Man, I've never seen a judge excuse a jury for 15 minutes in the middle of an opening statement. For those who've never sat through a trial before, lawyers do not like to be disrupted while making these openers. It's their chance to paint the big picture for the jury." Sending the jury out of the room during the defense lawyer's opening statements. I have never heard of that happening. I'm sure it probably has, but especially in a high-profile case like this, I've never, ever, ever heard of that happening. And trust me, that's not something that these jurors are going to forget. They were sent out of the room while Trump's lawyer was talking, so they know that lawyer did something they weren't supposed to do. And they're not going to forget that as the trial goes on, which is already a massive strike against the Trump Organization's lawyers. In addition to that, the prosecution had 3 sustained objections while those defense lawyers were talking. So the defense lawyers got in trouble with the judge for confusing the jury. The jury had to leave the room. Multiple different times, the prosecution, those lawyers were able to say, "Oh, hold up, objection, this is totally wrong." And the judge was like, "You're right, I go with you." This could not have been a worse day for those Trump lawyers. And it's not going to get any better from here on out. Your opening statement really is like the second most important thing you're going to do in court. It's the closing statement that really is, the last battle. And that opening statement is where you put it all together. Then the trial itself is where you prove everything you said in the opening. Without that opening, without that strong opening, you're already playing from behind. And it is damn near impossible to get caught back up once you get behind on your opening statement. I don't see any way that Trump's lawyers prevail here. I truly don't. Not only because of all the overwhelming evidence that they have to fight back against, but the fact that they got off to such a horrendous start. I don't think these lawyers that Trump has hired are talented enough to win this case. One of today's video sponsors is Trade Coffee. I'm one of those people who drinks a lot of coffee, but couldn't tell you exactly what makes a good cup taste so good. All I know is when I get my coffee from Trade Coffee, it's great. So let me tell you about Trade Coffee. It's a coffee subscription service unlike anything you've tried before because they partner with top independent roasters to freshly roast and send the best coffees in the country direct to your home on your preferred schedule. Their team of experts do all the work. They're taste testing hundreds of coffees from all over the United States every single month. And they have curated over 450 exceptional coffees that made the cut. Trade works with a hand-picked and always growing group of over 55 of the nation's best roasters. These are partners that Trade deeply vets around the quality of their product, the way they treat their teams here in the U.S., and their ethical standards for sourcing their product from around the world at a fair price. The coffee I get from Trade is so good. I mean, I can't believe how much I like what they're picking for me. And their team actually worked with me to create my own custom collection. I can tell you that I have been incredibly happy with every selection that I've received, and there's no going back to the run-of-the-mill grocery store coffee that I've been drinking for years after the past few months that I've been drinking from Trade Coffee selections. But if what I got isn't up your alley, then don't worry, Trade will have whatever it is you want. You can shop their most popular coffees by roast or flavor profile, or you can take their coffee quiz, which is what I did, and get expertly matched with coffees you'll love. Trust me, you're not going to regret it. So if you want to support small businesses and brew the best cup of coffee you've ever made at home, it's time to try Trade Coffee. Right now, Trade is offering our viewers a total of $30 off your first order plus free shipping at drinktrade.com/ROF. That's drinktrade.com/ROF for $30 off your subscription to the best coffees in the country.